Welcome and welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick. Okay, guys, I got this, I think this is a 2013 or 12 Chrysler 200. All right. Now, I'm sure y'all can see right now about the check engine light. The gas cap light was on right here. It's not on right now. I think when I cycle the key, it may go off. Ooh, and the airbag light is on. Okay. They didn't say nothing about that. And he said when he turned, let me see if I can get it to do it. Duplication, guys. Duplicate the problem. Let me turn this off. Let me click that. Alright, I don't hear nothing. He said he heard a knocking noise under the hood. You got to be careful about getting tricked by that, okay? Because that knocking, tapping noise could be coming from anywhere. All right, purge valve can keep up that noise. AC recirc doors can keep up that noise. I just need to hear it before I I need to duplicate it. Okay. Let's turn off recirc and turn. That's exactly what that is. Okay, turn recirc on. It stopped. All right, I duplicated it. Okay, he likely have a actuator door binding. Okay, now this ATC system is monitored by the computer, so there's a module. Everything that runs with a most of the electronic these days are accompanied by some sort of module. Okay, and this is no exception. All right, so if I hook my scan tool up, I might see HVAC module. Okay, so it monitors the range of the actuator doors or the actuators themselves. Okay, it measures the range, and if the range is off, it may throw a fault code. Okay, so I was able to duplicate that. The gas light was on. I duplicated that, and I duplicated the check engine light. So guys, let's get started with this diagnosis. Let's go to my computer and see what we have. All right, hear that again. That's it. I guarantee you it's recirc. All right, well, I've seen it 1,000 times. All right, guys, stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Let's start this diagnosis, man. Ain't no sense in wasting time. Let's get it. All right, guys, just as I suspected, there is fault codes on the PCM, ORC, WCM. Yes, HVAC. Okay, it does have an HVAC model. Let's take a look at all DTCs. And what we will find is, whoa, here's the reason why the airbag light on. It's active, guys, which means that's lost communication with up front left satellite accelerated sensor. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look in front of that bumper, see if that impact sensor has been damaged. All right, here's HVAC, and here's the code that is set, just as I suspected. Recirculation door, travel range too large. Okay, so that noise you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen, is coming from the recirc actuator. All right, yes, it is monitored by a HVAC module. All right, now as far as the check engine light, why that's on is okay, you got a P0441 problem with the purge, 0457 loose cap, evap system loose cap, and 0456 evap system small leak detected. Okay, we're gonna have to run an evap system test for that. And all right, the code in the WCM key, they must have put the wrong key in there. And of course the tip on, we have some light codes going on. I'm gonna check all the lights when I get it when I get back over there. But this is our biggest problem, guys. These 3 fault codes here. This is why the check engine light on. This is why the airbag light on. So for now, we're gonna start with the evap system leak, guys. All right, so let's go back to the car and do a major visual inspection and see where we go from here, guys, because you never know until you get a good visual. It's nice to do a good visual before you start doing anything, testing, replacing parts. Just look things over, guys. Give yourself a peace of mind. All right, stay with me. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm here at the car now. Y'all remember this is a Chrysler 200. I have check engine light, a couple of evap system codes, P0456 in particular, and I have a gas light or gas cap light on, okay, and I have a code for a purge valve. Now, an evap leak system failure would cause all three of those, guys. So what I want to do first is verify or check to see if there's an actual evap leak. Okay, now the best place to check that is at the source, guys. At the source. The ESIM is the heart and soul of the evap system. Here's the evap system, the canister, and the ESIM is attached to it on this particular model. Okay, not all of them are set up that way. All right, so what I'm gonna do after you do a good visual inspection, if you don't see any obvious leaks, sometimes hose will get brittle and just snap off. I'm gonna use my evap leak tester. All right, so I'm gonna go to the counter and get a smoke tester. So I'm gonna use air pressure and smoke to determine if there's a leak, and if there is, where is the leak located. I will be able to locate the leak with the steam, the smoke that the machine will produce at the particular leak spot. Okay, but first I'm gonna do a leak down test. That would tell me if I even have a leak in the first place. All right, I'm gonna show y'all on the machine what I'm talking about. There are several different machines out, guys. They are not all the same, but the goal is the same, and that's to inform you or enlighten you on where the particular evap system leak at. So here's my source, guys. This is my ESIM. Again, it's on this particular car. What I'm gonna do is take this hose off here. This hose is going nowhere but to a filter. Okay, you might can't see the filter. Then this car is up by the fuel tank nozzle. So I'm gonna take it out right here and hook my special hose that I designed for this particular purpose. All right. So guys, I'm gonna go grab my smoke machine and my tester, and we're gonna start an evap system leak test. All right, so let me go to a quick break. When I get back, we're gonna start the test. Hang with me, don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, guys, here we go. I have this is a smoke machine we use called Cool Smoke Motor Vac. All right, I have my option of two different tests, a leak test and a smoke test. Now it's designed to run off battery supply and air pressure hose. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is of course, this is pretty self-explanatory. To get battery supply to the machine, you need to hook it up via, a lot of guys use their jump box. I have an actual good battery set here, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, and I have my air supply in the rear. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the hose that we're gonna connect to my special tube that I designed. All right. All right, so let's get the tube connected to the source. I keep calling this the source because that's exactly what it is. And here's my tube. Okay, all I'm doing is going directly into the ESIM, and I'm gonna hook my tester directly to right here. Okay, so where's my lead? Right here. Let's get this in here. Okay, if you're gonna let it hang, just make sure it's not kinking anywhere. All right, so let's go to the machine now. Where are we at? Let's do a leak test first. Okay, the goal, what you're trying to do is get this ball to drop. What it's doing is filling up the evap system with air pressure. Okay, now the way it indicates there is no leak, this ball will essentially drop all the way to the bottom, and it's got to stay there for a predetermined time. That will let you know if there's a leak or not. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward and let this sit here for a good maybe 5-10 minutes. It's trying to fill up the complete evap system right now. So if there's a leak, the balls are not gonna drop at all. All right, so I'm gonna let 5 minutes go by and come back, guys. Stay with me. All right, guys, I'm back. Thanks for staying with me. 5 minutes has passed, and what do we have? No improvement at all. You know what this means, ladies and gentlemen? There is an evap leak. Okay, wow. Okay, now what I suggest you do now is to use smoke. Use the smoke feature to help determine and help you find the leak. Okay, what it would do is fill the evap system up with smoke, pressure-wise steam smoke, and wherever the leak point is, that's where the smoke will escape, which will give you an indication of the leak's location. All right, let's go to smoke, guys. All right, let that pump up smoke, and then we're gonna look around the car, see if we can visually see smoke. Go to the Zach Evap system parts. Okay, the purge valve on this car lives somewhere under this area. Oh, right there. I don't see steam. It's still filling it up, but I still should see some form of steam. I don't see any steam smoke coming from that area. All right, let's go. The evap lines travel all the way under here, up through here. So if you see any kind of smoke or steam around the fuel tank, that could be your source of the leak. Any smoke around in this area, that could be the source of your leak. Okay, and the actual canister itself could be the source of your leak. And I don't see steam or leak around any of those areas. All right, guys, let's take a look. The gas cap, the fuel cap itself. Okay, I'm gonna let the car down so we can take a look at this gas cap. Oh, I'm seeing. I don't know if y'all see that little cloud. Okay, we might be on to something, guys. Let me let the car down. I see a little cloud of smoke up by the gas cap area. Now, this person assured me that they already replaced the gas cap. Remember, they had a gas light on. Okay, that's the first thing a lot of people would do. I'm gonna explain to you that gas cap strategy, or how the computer determines how it sets on the turn on the gas cap loose light. What strategy does it use? All right, let's go look at some smoke machine. Whoa, look at this, guys. Okay, do y'all see that? Ladies and gentlemen, that is my source of the leak, and he's right. He did replace it. This is a new, I mean, it's not a good one, but it's a new one. Guys, I've said time and time again, it seems like Chrysler only wants you using their gas cap. Look at this seal. It's not worn at all. All right, so I'm not sure why it's not sealing. And I'm sure whatever store he went to, that's all the way sealed. I still have steam coming out. I'm sure wherever parts store he went to, they looked it up by application and came up with this number. But as you can see, steam is coming all around there, guys. That is why I have the purge code. That is why I have the gas cap loose light on, and that is why I have the P0456 small evap leak code. All right, guys, glad we found that. I was getting a little worried. All right, guys, let me go find a spare or extra gas cap and see how this would turn out if there was no leak at the gas cap. All right, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Let's finish this diagnosis. I will be right back. All right, guys, here's what we have. Okay, this is a this is the gas cap they had on it. Here's the, y'all saw I just left the parts department. This is an OEM. Now, normally I would say it don't have to be an OEM, but in this case, guys, Chrysler, they picky about their gas caps. I don't know if they got a patent certain design on these things or not, because this happens all the time. People think they have an evap leak, or they see the gas light on, and first thing they do is go to AutoZone and get a gas cap. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is simply install this new one and rerun my test, guys. We're gonna see where we stand. All right, so let's get this on here. Look at that, it even feels, look at that, that feels snuggy. All right, so guys, let's turn this around. Let's do we're gonna do our air pressure test again first. Okay, let's hit that. As you can see, the ball right there is trying to fill the system up. We gotta get that ball to drop all the way down. I probably should have just went ahead and did a smoke test first and see if I still had smoke coming from the gas tank area or the filler neck area, but from the looks of this, guys, that ball is going down. It didn't even get it to that point on the first test we did. And I'm gonna leave the camera running so we can see. Yes, it's going down. So that is likely, that likely was our problem, guys. Yeah, we never made it halfway on the other test. Wow. I don't know what to say about these. Don't have a name on it. Like I say, Chrysler must have some type of. Even the threads doesn't look the same, guys. So, and the seal doesn't look damaged at all. So I'm not sure how vapors was escaping past a brand new fuel cap. Okay, but that is the case. That seemed to be the case. Look how low my ball is. Now again, what we want is to drop all the way to the bottom. All right, so if this drops all the way to the bottom, there's no need to do the smoke test, because according to this, there is no leak at all. So you're pretty much done. So now it takes, once you get to 20 inches, it takes a long time to drop all the way down to the bottom. Okay, that would be time consuming. I don't want to leave the camera running that long, but like I say, guys, I think my point has been made, that this was the reason why. Again, number one, the gas cap light was on. Number two, P0456, which stands for small evap leak. And number three, that was a purge valve code. Okay, so in essence, this was all three of those problems, guys. All right. Yes, so I will deem this a successful repair. In about 3 minutes, that ball will be all the way to the bottom. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that will be the case, instead of holding the camera here for the next 5 minutes. Yeah, we almost at the bottom, guys. So that's where we at, guys. Now also keep in mind where I hooked up my tester. Remember, guys, go to the source. All right, the source is your best bet. All right, so I got a new OEM gas cap on here now, so that should take care of the problem. Man, guys, thanks for hanging around with me. Let's take one more peek before we go. Yeah, we at the bottom, guys. I love it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Guys, if you have any questions, make sure you're already subscribed before you ask the question. I have to start saying this because normally I'll say that when you ask the question. I have to go find out. Not I have to, but I'd rather you be a subscriber when you're asking these questions. It just makes my answer comes a lot faster, and accuracy. Not that I'm gonna give you a wrong answer or delay your question. It's just I feel better if you're a subscriber when you ask these questions, okay? Because I love my subscribers. All right, so I'm gonna leave it with that. All right, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.